Alright, so in this picture, I'm moving around, doing some damage. You see up there my mage did another blast wave. Again, did it wrong because, well, no, I think I did it right this time because they have multiple wounds up there. So they caught on fire, and her plan is to just basically burst them on fire and then run away and let them burn themselves to death and get loot off of them. Um, I move my rangers around to not get hit, um, but you can see the two Rexes kind of back to back, and they're planning on wailing on me. At this point, I have to finish off one of them. Can't have them two out when the dungeon boss comes out. When the dungeon boss comes out, no monsters spawn anymore from the spawning points, but the dungeon boss gets that many more activations per additional spawn points. So it's at this point I started targeting the spawn points as well and doing damage on them, trying to finish them off. Alright, so in this particular picture, it looks like I have finished off one of the Rexes and landed 3 wounds on the other Rex, which means I got myself a good loot treasure card off of him. The bad news is, yeah, Starfire comes out. And when Starfire comes out, I get an ability. I believe that gives me a potion ability that gives me a +1 red dice if I take a wound on that character. So it's okay. But not only that, when he comes out, basically all my heroes catch on fire, so that kind of sucks just coming out. But Starfire is out, and he is pretty dangerous. So, yeah. Now, these aren't all combined attacks from me that are landing these power gauges going up. There are the minions as well doing damage, and when they do damage as well, they push the power gauge up as well. Rex has 3 attacks and 5 health, so him alone does a number of attacks. The dragon priests have 3 attacks as well, so you can see that multiplying if I don't kill them. So I start mopping up, I kill the next Rex, and I start laying waste in these few pictures here. Start whittling down what's left of the minions, trying to clear some space because I can't reach Starfire. I don't want to get too close to Starfire yet until I'm sure I can kill that spawn point and handle him. Um, he does have a special effect that when he takes half his wounds, which he has 8 wounds, so at 4 there's a timeout that happens. He he doesn't really teleport. He flies back 10 squares away from the nearest hero, and where he was, he spawns more minions. So it's kind of like a dungeon raid, like World of Warcraft, or kind of like an MMO. There are different events per boss that happen, and it's really cool. I like that game. I like it in raids and stuff like that when each boss has like something different they do. This is what Starfire does. When the expansions come out, I'm sure the dungeon bosses will do different things when they time out. But in this case, he flies off and drops some minions. Alright, so shifting around, she chases me. I try to run to the next chest and kill the next spawn point. You can see my barbarian down there killing it, just so it doesn't have another activation. My druid up there supporting. My paladin, she chased my paladin. My paladin wailed on him, and I made the unfortunate miscalculation of using my mage to ding him for the last timeout wound, which you can see up there in the left-hand corner. He is 10 away from my mage, flies away, and you can see minions have spawned, and I had no more attacks left, so meaning she gets to spawn and attack with those minions. So he dropped off his brood and killed my ranger, who was pretty much in that bottom hand left tile corner, basically swamped. She got railed, died, and that sucked for me. So at this point, I run off with my heroes to try to get to the next area, get the next treasure loot, basically trying to lure Starfire my way, but try to circle up to get to the next spawn point and loot chest. But I looked at my cards and I realized all my heroes had a special treasure card, so getting more really wouldn't help. So I really needed to get the spawn points killed and kill Starfire at this point. So my paladin has a lot of attacks, doesn't have a lot of armor at this point. So my best bet, since he has 5 buttons, which is 5 activations at this point, is enough in odds, because I had a lot of dice as well, to kill Starfire. So I ran up, last ditch effort, because he was going to activate 2 more times, um, was to get up there before he did damage to me. So I start striking, try to kill him. So I cause 2 wounds, and right now that sucks. Um, my paladin got caught on fire and got hit a bunch of times, but did not die, fortunately for me. Um, so my mage has a lot of willpower, so her ranged attacks are very strong. So at this point, it's do or die. I have to kill Starfire. He's blocking that spawn point. He's got a lot of crazy attacks like knockdowns that have range to it and fire that can engulf all my heroes. So I have to take him down. So I start rolling some dice with my mage. So you can see my mage's dice pool at this point with all my loot added to it, and that's Starfire's defense right now, his armor. It's pretty big, but not as big as my dice pool. So you can see I'm going to start dinging him up in these pictures here. So some good dice rolls. You can see the wounds counter start piling up on Starfire. Some good rolling again. Still just more dice. And down goes Freyja. I mean, down goes Starfire. Uh, he's got 7 wounds, but the last wound, Cat decided to put a skull token to show that he has been vanquished. Um, it was pretty intense at that last point because I had 1 hero down, and, well, I had some good loots on my heroes, but if you do not take those spawn points down, he will just have more attacks, more activations. He'll catch you on fire. You just don't have enough activations at a certain point to get rid of wounds and all that fire effect on you as well, or knockdowns, which sucks because knockdown takes one of your action points to get up. So it is a win for the heroes. Um, yep, so 4 heroes survived. My druid, mage, barbarian, and paladin. And my poor Glimmer Dusk Ranger, you can see she got the brunt of when that spawn happened. Caught on fire, knocked down, a whole bunch of wounds. She just could not survive the attacks. And it was a great game. I had fun. Cat had fun. Took a couple hours for the super mode. Takes a lot of time because it's 5 heroes. I recommend the 8-bit mode, which is 2 heroes, or the 3-bit mode, or I mean the 16-bit mode, which is 3 heroes. And that is Super Dungeon Explorer, kind of a nutshell. I skipped a lot of pictures and whatnot. There's a lot to it, but it's a really fun game. Hope you enjoyed. Any questions, comments? I might do a live video one soon. Well, not live, but a video HD one, just to show you kind of how certain moves and attacks and how the game kind of functions. All right, I hope you enjoyed. It's pretty cool, I thought.